what do you have to say about Brant Hughes? What does he bring to the table?
Brant Hughes, the quarterback. He's just starting. So, we recruited him. Paulo Wright really liked him this time a year ago when he went up to Butte and watched them practice in the spring. Good release, can throw it. His dad played quarterback at Wyoming for Joe Tiller. That school's turned out a lot of quarterbacks. So he's going to be a coached up guy that loves football. So he gave us, with some of the inconsistency at quarterback last year, either because injuries or newness with Sharon, Trey as a young redshirt freshman. He gives us a little bit older guy that's kind of a football junkie. He gives us a real consistent guy there. Now, what he's been so far, it's so early that we really don't know. But what you see him is the reason we recruited him, just because of what he is. Rock solid, good thrower, a little more of a thrower than a runner, and fits in with the big picture in the puzzle for our quarterback situation.
And is it fair to say he could be an example of how important it is for a JUCO player to start this spring?
Oh, absolutely. Particularly, Sharon's the exact example, right? Where Sharon wasn't here a year ago, even though Sharon played a lot of football, just like Brant has played a lot of football. But all of this, with the new terminology, the new teammates, the new system, it's absolutely critical to have this spring. And, it's not spring ball only. It's, we've been pre-spring ball since January 16th, every minute. So absolutely, it's key for him to be here.
The turnover in coaching staff is going to happen. But we're talking about suggestions, drastic changes in team coordinators. Does that make this almost a new team?
I think first of all, and I kind of talked about this on Tuesday. It's not as drastic as it sounds for the simple reason that, number one, on offense, we have a new coordinator, but we've been in the spread system for a year. A year ago, with a new coordinator and a whole new system. So even though we have a new coordinator, the most important thing is the kids have the foundation of the spread. It's a player's game, not a coach's game. So there actually is more continuity right now than there was a year ago, because we've been in the spread for a year. And then on defense, it's been by committee. It's been a joint responsibility to try to get this thing fixed. So there's really not a new coordinator on defense as far as the program is concerned. But yeah, the schemes are different. That's for sure. We're a little different tweak to the spread, and we're a pretty dramatic tweak to what we look like defensively. But as far as the coaching staff continuity, I feel really good about that, even though we do have by title 2 new coordinators.
Is it hard to integrate assistant coaches, given the shifting nature of college?
It is. It parallels like continuity on rosters the same way. It is definitely that. And I think, all you have to do is look at the salaries of places. You've got defensive coordinators making $2 million. I saw where Ohio State, I think, has 3 assistants over $1 million. You've got running back coaches making $700,000. Obviously, anywhere in the country, it's a battle to keep guys, but at our level of football, we lost Calvin McGee, who went to Ole Miss as the tight end coach. But look inside of that and research that more. We lost Archie, who went to Texas State for a co-coordinator title, but research that far. There's no question that keeping continuity at the Mountain West Conference level is a joint effort by everybody. And if you look at our statistics compared to other Mountain West Conference statistics, we've been really, really good at that, both from a roster standpoint and a coaching standpoint. But it is, if you're not paying as much, then somewhere else you better be able to be competitive to keep coaches. So where does that come from? Is that the culture of the program and selling out the stadium? Is it being at a place where it's really important for football and you're willing to take a pay cut just because you really love the place? So across the board, it's a joint effort. And that's why so much of this you have to be aligned. You have to be aligned from the administration all the way down in retention of players and coaches. That's what it is. Either the facilities have to be better, the internal alignment and the way people treat it have to be better, all those things. So it's a joint responsibility to try to do it. It's a challenge. It's a challenge.
How close are you to that alignment?
No comment. No comment.
Follow up on Jordan Peterson.
Right. I mean, you better be feeding the kids better.
Right.
If there's not 110,000 people in the stadium every week, then you better feed them better. If you're not doing that, then you better have better resources on. Somehow you got to jointly across the board think about retention. So I mean that's what alignment in a program is. Somewhere along the line, there has to be something. If you really want to get better and you really want to compete and you really want to make one more first down than that opponent, you better be aligned across the board to be able to do that. That's the $1 million question right there, and it is about $1 million.
Jordan Peterson, his defense now, new, different energy. What about what he brings? I don't think there are too many places where you'd see the defensive coordinator running in after a pick by the defense and getting a flying chest bump with the guy who made the pick. He brings a different energy.
He does, as does Joe Daly. Joe Daly's energy on this practice field is something we haven't had. And again, more energy is something. As we looked at the big picture of this, more energy across the board, and that gets a little harder because you're 3-9, 3-9. So I mean, there is, you talk about continuity. Continuity when you're 9-3 sometimes is more important than continuity when you were 3-9. Sometimes there's positives that come from it. There's no question Jordan's style is different and brings us a different flavor, as does Joe Daly's. And I think it's much needed, quite honestly. You good?
Yep.
Actually, the football fan experience committee, I forgot to ask, did you feel that was needed?
I think they were supposed to meet yesterday. Brian, did the football fan experience meet yesterday?
We didn't, Coach.
What happened?
It got canceled. There was like 5 people that had to get canceled for work, so it canceled out. We're rescheduling.
You feel that's something that was needed to do?
Well, yeah, but what happened yesterday?
It was just a cancel for people that were involved in the committee
It's a
meeting.
joint effort, right? It's all of us a joint effort to raise the bar. So there's your
Any reason why practice should rotate?
always easy. Okay. So again, you got that right.